See if it turns over a little bit. Get the starter switch down here. Push it. Hey, looks like it turns over and does what it's supposed to do. That's awesome. Let's go. All right, so my first part came in. Got the package here, and this is the nifty gasket we have. You can see it's got these letters. Looks like a number and a letter, 8 and L. And you can see it has the same number here on the head. So I'm just going to line it up like so it's in the proper orientation, because we want to make sure these are in the right orientation. So we'll set it on the holes. Push it down. Looks good to me. We've got ourselves this beautiful head. Inside it looks really clean too, no pitting or anything. Looks really good. Set that on there. Actually might give a little bit of a clean though, it's kind of dirty. Alright, now we got the head cleaned up a little bit. We can go ahead and get it in the correct orientation here. Slide it on there, it goes down nice and easy. Go ahead and throw each nut on here. So now I got the head gasket back on. You can see part of it is right here. The bolts are all shiny. Got this top part on, which it looks like it gets some back pressure from the exhaust and goes back to pressure the system. I'm guessing that's what it is. And then also put the spark plugs on, and let's see if it starts up. So there's a couple like feces from like a mouse or something. Initially thought that maybe the mouse chewed on these, but it doesn't really look like it because I don't think they crimp wires as well. So it must have been the previous owner that they're trying to bypass the sending unit to see the fuel level. So maybe the sending unit is bad. We'll have to look into that. One of the more annoying things about getting a project like this one that's already torn apart is someone already took it apart. I mean, they have most of the pieces, but you don't know where all this stuff goes. You got to figure out the orientation, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. So take note, if you buy a project like this and it's all taken apart, I mean, some people like to do that and then they just never get back to putting it back together. It's kind of frustrating, so you have to take it in some different steps. So for this one, I knew this connected to the latch up here, and actually attached it to the latch on the hood up here, and then figured out the orientation down here, because then it would match perfectly with the holes. Because I could either put it here or here, but I didn't know which way it was, and it actually happened to be in this orientation because the latch up there fit perfectly right in this hole. So that's a little tip for you. So it looks like it fits just like so, like that, and you can test it out. Sure it fits on the hood latch, locks into place. So we know that piece goes there. One part down, 10 more to go. All right, next step is placing this in here, and goes washer, and then this special washer, you slide it in here, and you can see it slides all the way up, so then you have full movement here. And then this one goes up here, gotta wiggle it a little bit. This one goes on here like so, and then you place this on here. I gotta loosen this bolt here, or actually take it all the way out. Take it all the way out. Locks into place as a key. So you gotta straighten it out, and then tighten all this back up, and now we got some steering. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? So we got the head back on, we got this back on. I noticed the fuel system is completely clogged, and so when we turned it over, there was no fuel getting dumped into the carburetors. So let's just do a little check with the starter fluid and get a little bit. in each section here. Just 2 light sprays. And let's keep our fingers crossed, because if we have compression and spark, it'll start up and then the fuel will go in. So let's go see what it does. We'll push the start here. And then push the stop, and that's it. So we got it. You don't want to run a 2-stroke on starter fluid. I only did it just to prove a point that the engine is functional. So I only ran it for about 2 to 3 seconds and then turned it off. And now I know it is a fuel issue. So what I did is blew out all of the fuel lines and cleaned out the fuel water separator. And this is exactly what happened next. The engine is running all by itself with its own fuel source. So that is awesome. That's good news. And now it's time for a water test. Unfortunately, it's the beginning of the winter, so we're going to have to wait a few months. Please subscribe and stay tuned.